Hi, we're here.
Hi.
So this is that hat I told you I was wearing at the Australia Macca's when I said I looked like Jennifer Lopez.
I love it.
I did know who that model was that you mentioned in the last
Alex
episode.
Kansani.
Yes.
Y'all better pour one out.
But I didn't know her
pour
name.
several ones out for Miss Kansani because she is giving you all every.
She likes us.
She does. And she loves you in particular. And it's the way that I watch this woman's videos, she is just effortlessly fucking hysterical. So quotable.
Constantly raising the bar for all of us.
Constantly
and doing it flawlessly.
You go, girl.
You go, girl.
No, she's like, oh God, you got to watch. Highly recommend people watch her on Amelia de something like a chicken shop date. Highly recommend you watch her. I don't think she's done Hot Ones, but she is just every interview.
She's on the
of her,
press tour.
Every
on the circuit.
Mama, she's doing the circuit. She invented the circuit. She's on Cirque du Soleil. She is just a riot. I love her so much.
I'm nervous because I did a YouTube video the other day. So I did a show for a friend of ours. And the show has like an overhead dim light. And I got there in drag and was like, fuck. So I'm probably going to look fucking awful.
You know, are you aware of what a dewlap is? DEWLAP? I think it's a double chin. It's like a gobble kind of sort of idea. But anyways, the point is...
A dewlap?
A dewlap. I've never heard of it.
I'm performing at the dewlap stage at Coachella.
Yeah, dewlap tires on my truck. It's like it's a bad lighting and bad camera angle that emphasizes you're like...
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and it's... Someone had pointed out this terrible direction in lighting on this YouTube video on a pretty successful channel. And I was like, oh, interesting. I mean, it's all
of them. They all have horrible lighting. I'm not just joking. On our channel, my channel at this point.
Yeah.
Like
you got to check out people.
We have the most beautiful lighting. Everybody looks incredible on our channel. And you go to other people's channels and it's some straight guy with a barn light and a flickering light bulb and a candle. There's a tea light candle.
Yeah. There's I'll never forget the Hollywood Reporter Roundtable with Miss Jolie and friends. And then that the French chat show that's in the round. Mama, you can't come for this lighting. Nobody's ever recreated anything more beautiful for a person. Every star that appears on that show is the best they've ever looked in their career. It's wild.
Yeah.
But it's millions and millions of dollars of like rigs.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's also not. It's also just like where you put them and how you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, this show, for example, had like 7 or 6 concentric rigs of lighting, and then they had lighting in the desk, and it was so fascinating. You
gotta have the good light. Oh my God, on Queen of the Universe, we had a gold rope light at the judge's desk. So you would have this also gold underglow.
So no double chin.
So cunty. I have to tell you something, because when we talked about Scarlett Johansson was like, I don't want to be like recorded.
I don't want to be identified as being with
in
you.
this moment with you, which I love.
That shit.
I got this new shit from Christina Ricci. You got to know about this. Please. Christina Ricci got through rough times by talking to birds. This was in the Wall Street Journal magazine. And I, first of all, love her.
And birds.
Yeah. And I love Yellow Jackets and I love everything she's ever done. So they asked, do you consider yourself a spiritual person? And she said, I believe in energy and that animals are closer to the universe than us. In my times of crisis or in the past when I've been in desperate situations, I've literally talked to the birds outside of my garden and begged them for help.
Begged on my knees for these cardinals and finches to come rescue me.
I understand maybe going outside and being like, what's that all about, Smitty? Or whatever. What do you think, Mr. Robin? I don't know. Something very like
cardinal law.
Something very boopy doop about that. But then they said, do you feel
begging them?
Begging. That's the part that makes me funny, is that she's on all fours. It's very Shakespearean.
It's like,
she's tearing at her own skin. She's, why? Help.
She's Jennifer Love Hewitt. In the middle of the street.
What are you waiting for? Yes. So then they asked Christina, do you feel like you've gotten answers back?
Oh boy, here we go, JV. Here we go.
She said, I desperately needed shifts in my life and those things happened. When we talk about this stuff, I tend to be a little more pragmatic and use more grounded words because I don't feel super mystical.
Okay.
Maybe it's just focusing your own mind on what it is that you want, and every choice that you make after that gets you closer to the thing you need. So she
Very
did
reasonable.
come back down.
Reasonable. Very
But
reasonable.
the first half of it, I went,
begging. I beg. I have to take off all my clothes. I draw a salt circle.
Girl. I immediately thought of when COVID started and Ellen would post those like no makeup crying backyard pictures. And I,
So hard not to relate.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But that was a great answer where it's like, that's kind of how I feel about prayer. which is, I don't really think God is listening, but it is a form of centering your intention and saying what you want.
Absolutely. It's like, please, God. When was the last time I prayed? It was, fucking hell. I forget. But it's like you're reorienting your consciousness toward a goal or towards or away from a bad behavior or away from from sadness, heartache, whatever. So yeah, you're literally just, it's like a compass. You're reorienting your thought process.
You're Lebanese, you reorient.
Thank you. It doesn't matter if you're HIM or SHIM. Shim.
Doesn't matter if you love him or capital FUCKME in my PUSSY.
It doesn't matter if you love him or you take hymns.
See,
okay.
I have to ask you,
please.
When's the last time you went to church?
Ooh, Mom, I go to church every day with Miss Jennifer Hudson. I've already been to the water. No. I think it's actually been...
Fuck off. I know. Was it the time you went in and you were...
No.
Remember that time?
No.
You said I need to speak to someone now?
Mama, I was like, I need a direct line yesterday. No.
Can you patch me into Jesus?
I'm looking to talk with someone. I'm not sure if he works here still. His name is Jesus H. Christ.
Right.
No, I went recently. It's been in the last few.
Have you been in one? A wedding or we go to churches and for not,
sweetie, I'm a big church patronizer. I love to patronize all these churches.
Your Savannah accent came out.
I'm a big church patronizer. I've never met a church that I didn't want to patronize.
I love to go down to the Lutheran Mass.
And afterwards I drink a goblet of mint julep and I pinch the butts of girls going by.
And I say to the Lord, it's me, Caleb Crawford, from down at the bayou.
Then me and Morgan Wallen, we get on a private jet. We escape those New York City slicker, horrible, devil people, and we just go... Yeah. No.
Take me to God's country, and it's just fat slut with meatball feeding people on stage.
It's bears in space.
Yeah, it's bears in space. I think the last time I went was
church.
Oh, I had to witness that murder, and I went by the name Sister Mary Clarence. I was in hiding.
That's right.
And remember, I taught all those women to sing. Oh,
you did such a. People don't give you a lot of credit for that because a lot of those women were very pitchy before you showed up.
Thank you. Well, first of all, I evaded death.
Hello.
Discovered Kathy Najimy. You're welcome.
Thank you, Kathy.
Hocus Pocus who?
I don't think we've received a thank you card in the mail. Correct me if
nothing,
I'm wrong.
Not a cheese basket. Nothing.
Jesus Christ.
And then
greatless bitch.
Obviously, I went back to being a Vegas headliner. Well, then I had to go teach at that high school.
Well, Maggie Smith was trying to get you tied down there, but you said, you got to give me, I don't want to do this. This is not my destiny.
I love that scene in that movie. That movie's so good. So good. I love Whoopi Goldberg. She's amazing. I love that. When I watched, I always loved Sister Act. When I watched The Color Purple on Christmas, I cried so many times with Whoopi Goldberg in that movie.
I thought that was a comedy.
No,
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No.
It's a gut-wrenching.
She's such a good actress. And I love in Sister Act that scene where she gets them to sing for the first time, and I think they sing
Genie in a Bottle.
They sing Try That in a Small Town. And then Miss Professor McGonagall, what's her name? Maggie Smith comes up and is about to read her, and then the priest guy comes up and is like, "Oh my gosh, we haven't had that much energy in this church. Thank you so much." And Miss McCook has to close her mouth, and not you, her. Miss Smith, Magdalene Smith.
Magdalena Smith.
She has to she gets gagged.
Gagged. Love it. That Miss Maggie Smith.
The power of music.
And the power of Maggie. Maggie Smith, I was just writing on my little letterbox.
Is she dead?
She's died, unfortunately. Yeah.
She was amazing.
I believe she has passed. She was a legend.
She was amazing.
Legend. She was in this movie that was years before the movie Clue was made. She was in Murder by Death, a murder mystery. Stupid, crazy, a lot of racist elements in this movie.
Okay.
But she plays this high society wife of a detective, and she has so many amazing line deliveries like, "Who would want to steal a dead, naked body?" And then her husband whispers in her ear something, and she's like, "Oh, that's tacky. That's really tacky." She's so good. Murder by Death.
Oh, okay.
The show. She is hysterical. Her line deliveries are just...
Because I first saw her maybe in Hook, and in Hook she's playing
Oh, I didn't know
older
she was
than
in
she
that.
really is.
I didn't know that.
Like she's playing they definitely age her more in Hook.
Who is she in Hook?
She's Wendy grown up.
Oh.
Remember the grandma of his kids?
I'm not sure, I've never seen it.
It's a kind of a weird plot. Like, didn't you used to be in like wasn't Wendy your little girlfriend and now she's your grandma? Like, I don't know.
I was dating my grandma. That's a big lifetime.
I was dating my own grandma. I was dating my own
I didn't
grandma.
know I was dating my grandma.
I didn't know I was dating my grandma.
That's the Aaron Taylor Johnson story. Hello, boo.
I've been saving this to send to you. Have you heard this? Have you heard this Judge Judy audio
I'm not
about
sure.
the ATV?
Tell me.
Judge Judy has the girls completely petrified at every moment.
Yeah.
And I love when they try to fuck with her.
Okay.
So you got to listen to this. This is crazy.
Where is the ATV?
Okay, wait.
For the two of you to use it together.
Occasionally.
Where is the ATV?
I sold it to a friend.
Name of the friend and the phone number of the friend.
I don't have that on me.
That's too bad. Where do you live?
Omaha, Nebraska.
You want to get home?
Yeah.
Get me the name of the friend. Where is the ATV?
Get me the name of the friends. She makes a meal out of that word. Friends.
She chews that scenery up from that courtroom, from that little thingy. She's vicious and yeah.
Where was the ATV? Gave it to a friend. Do you have their phone number, name and phone number? No. That's too bad. That's too bad.
I went.
I also love when have you seen that clip of her? She's talking to that guy and he has his mouth open like this.
Oh yeah, she's like,
and she goes, oh, she's like doing pantomime theater.
Love that shit.
I think she might be conservative though.
Judge Judy, she's a fucking red state billionaire.
Yeah.
Like, don't raise minimum wage. Like,
It's
wacko.
too bad 'cause she's kind of like faggy and cunty.
Yeah. Wait, have you seen the gay clip from Curb Your Enthusiasm?
The gay clip?
The gay kid, the flamboyant kid from.
No.
Oh my God. This might be a little. It's only a minute and a half. Hold on.
Oh.
Hi,
Hi.
my name is Greg.
Is it?
Yes.
My name is Larry.
Hi.
A great pleasure to meet you.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you're very welcome.
So, what are you drawing?
Oh, I'm just doodling. That's a Hitler mustache. That's Hitler hair.
What's a Hitler?
Oh, Hitler was a bad man.
A bad man?
Very bad man.
Oh, my
Yes,
God.
he started a war.
Oh.
He didn't really care for Jews. He thought they were a bit much.
I would kick his butt.
Would you?
Yes.
Good for you. What's that? What are you watching in there?
Project Runway. Good show.
And what do you like about it?
The fashion. It's like the best show ever.
You like fashion?
Yes, I do.
Do you like to watch Project Runway?
I have never. Wait, hold on. I've never seen a full episode.
People love it. That's like Survivor. People.
Well-
some people, it's the only fucking show they watch.
But I mean, I could see why. I mean, it's really well done, isn't it? And
you know, it is. But it is. But sometimes it sucks when it's a season where you really don't like love the people who are.
Sure.
It's like a big thing where they're all having a show and you're like, this is all a little safe or it's all a little too weird or a big,
Well, I mean, Drag Race is or was. Let me put it that way.
God, I don't even think there's something anymore.
Was a really good piss take combo of Top Model and Project Runway, don't you think?
Yeah.
Like back in I mean, that was kind of the genesis of the whole premise of the show, right?
A Drag Race to me feels like its own thing. When I was at that Survivor function I told you about, I was with some people who knew Drag Race, so they knew who I was. And I was like, would you guys do reality TV like this? Would you do like this? And they were like, no, I don't know. I was like, I don't think I would either. And I was like, oh, I guess I did. But to me, Drag Race is like a talent show. Survivor and shit like that is like, you're a dental hygienist. Why are you here?
Yeah, it's
like,
more of a
these
social
fashion
experiment.
designers are showing their talent.
Yes, it's
I
like,
think that makes more sense.
yeah.
I don't know what motivates people to be like, I want to be on the mole. I'm an elementary school teacher. Like what?
Or like Big Brother.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
or the traders without the celebrities.
I'm gonna go stay in some place, not do anything, maybe like dress up like a nun every once in a while and like do stupid games, and then at the end of it, I'm looking at
Big Brother.
Yeah.
Michelle said it's so hard. Michelle said that
It's boring, right?
she can't listen to music. You can't watch TV.
Oh,
That's why she
no.
said they constantly show her putting makeup on. She said because she would put makeup on,
Just-
take it off, and put it on again, and like she had nothing to do.
Damn.
And she took like top 5. Remember when Courtney won?
Sweetie, Mama, name a thing that Courtney hasn't won besides Drag Race, of course.
The Hearts of Millions.
the sympathy of the American.
Yeah.
You know,
Isn't she co-hosting Drag Race with RuPaul now?
that was Mama. That was April,
Was it April
Fools.
Fools? Oh, I'm sad that that's April
I
Fools.
know.
Let's get the Courtney act in the Drag Race behind the desk.
Sweetie, we were talking about that the other day about Miss Down Under, and let me just tell you something about Down Under.
What
I have observed in the Down Under girls.
Now we might have to go to Australia at some time.
No,
Although,
I know.
do you remember when we went to the UK and we said that they're dogs?
Mama, that's what I'm about to.
We were talking to Gay Times and we were like,
ooh, woof, woof, like Kennel Club. Yeah. No,
Right.
but here's the thing. The fact that Vanity and Courtney don't co-host that show is such a crime against nature because they are so head and shoulders above the rest. Because everybody's kind of like giving camp, giving like funny, giving kind of like real rough around the edges.
my name is Olive Another.
Yeah.
Or they're like,
my name is piece of shit.
my name's also of a different color. They all have just these wacky.
Yeah. My name is bunghole full of shite.
My name is a penny saved, penny earned. Like they all have like these weird limerick names.
My name is the cage bird sings because of that. You know, like
Yeah.
whatever. But I mean,
My name
lazy
is
sis-
call me Ishmael. Call me Shemale.
My name is I need a big cock up my ass or else I'm gonna have a you know, whatever. Like whatever.
Why don't you ever get bucked in the butt?
Me?
Yeah, why don't you just put your legs up in the air and let those men have that old ass?
I couldn't do it. I'm not comfortable.
Did you like to bottom when you were younger?
No.
Never.
I told you I had the first time I had inner you know, the first time they ever went downtown, Julie Brown, was 30 years of age.
Let's take a break.
This episode is brought to you by Squarespace. Do you need a website or domain? Are you starting a business that caters to businesses that start a business? What if your business is going out of business because you're starting a new business? I think I can safely speak for every person running a business today that most of today's business happens to be on the internet. And that is where Squarespace comes in. When I began my career selling business-to-business advertisements in the Yellow Pages, I could have only dreamt of the amazing business opportunities that the internet would bring. Back then, starting a business meant handing out business cards and placing business brochures under windshield wipers around town. Now, launch your business with an amazing website and you'll be doing business across the globe in literally hours. I guess what I'm saying is this. If you want to start a business, you need to go into business with Squarespace behind you. They have a new tool called Design Intelligence, which combines 2 decades of industry-leading design expertise with cutting-edge AI technology that will unlock your strongest creative potential. Design Intelligence empowers anyone, even technological Luddites like me, to build beautiful, more personalized websites tailored to one's unique needs. Any business can craft a bespoke brand identity to use across one's entire online presence. But that's not all. Say you want to start an offshoot of your first business that focuses solely on e-commerce. You can use Squarespace Payments, which is the easiest way to manage your payments in one place. You can get started in just a few clicks and start receiving payments right away. Plus, you'll give your customers more ways to pay with popular payment methods like Klarna, ACH Direct Debit, Apple Pay, and Afterpay. And after you've launched, let's say you need help with marketing. Well, Squarespace has so many features to help drive sales and engage your audience with creative email campaigns that you'll be the biggest business in no time. So if you need a new website for yourself or for your business, go ahead and check out squarespace.com for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/bald to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, that's squarespace.com/bald to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain.
Today's episode of Bald and the Beautiful is brought to you by Hims. Hims. Not herses. She done already had Hims. Hims is all about sexual health. Listen, if ED is getting you down, I'm not talking about electrical dysfunction in your guest house. I'm talking about erectile dysfunction. And you need Hims to help you get a little confidence and, other things. Back up, wink, wink. Listen, you don't always have this podcast playing, so you're not immediately horny. You might need a little extra help. Hims provides access to treatments that can help you stay hard and last longer so you can be ready whenever the mood strikes. Let's say you're at the grocery store and you see a particularly fetching gentleman walk by and he's pushing a cart. And all he has in the cart is a little romaine lettuce. So why don't you make a move? Are you feeling a little stalled out in the bedroom? Through Hims, you can get some gas back in the tank with some personalized ED treatment options that are accessible without ever stepping foot in the doctor's office. Listen, for men, dealing with ED can be uncomfortable, which is why Hims provides access to a comfortable solution with an all-online process and personalized treatment options. Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing you with access to affordable sexual health treatments from the comfort of your couch. Hims provides access to a range of doctor-trusted ED treatments like chewable tablets, Viagra and Cialis, and their generics for up to 95% less. Listen, if you've been listening to Bald and the Beautiful for a while, you know that Katya and I are no stranger to this world, okay? The process is 100% online, so there's no need for uncomfortable doctor's visits. Or if you don't have a car, you don't have a license, or you're working all the time, it's just wonderful to be able to access care from home. No insurance is needed, and one low price covers everything from treatments to ongoing care. Start your free online visit today at hims.com/bald. That's hims.com/bald for your personalized ED treatment options. hims.com/bald. The featured products include compounded products which are not approved nor verified for safety, effectiveness, or quality by the FDA. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
And we're back. But the thing I want to say about Down Under is that it's to me, it's just a perfect opportunity to have those two, the dynamic duo of Courtney and Vanity helm that show. Because I think they could make it something really.
Is Michelle host now?
Yeah. Rue dropped out and Michelle is kind of the one now, which is fine. But I mean,
I think I did know that. I forgot. I don't.
She could stay with the three of them. The three of them could really kill it. Don't you think?
Gosh, two blondes and a brunette. Let's
Hello.
get it together.
Thank you.
Well, Michelle's hair's like black, actually.
Yeah, with a little gray. My God.
I love that gray stripe.
I do too.
You got to look like her to pull off that gray stripe because it could go very.
It could go
Lion Witch in the Wardrobe.
Lion
Witch,
or very like Haunted Mansion.
It would be very like. I would like a child, like a witch monster, you know,
or like a blue blood aunt who, like, when you come over to visit, she hits you with a ruler with spikes on it.
Yeah,
just like mean. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just so feel it's such a shame. I think
it's a shame. It's a shame against humanity, and it's a shame against women who actually are beautiful and classy.
Yeah. And, frankly, those contestants are nothing of the sort.
Nothing of I haven't, I watched Australia maybe season 1. I watched UK season 1, Australia season 1, and Canada season 1.
Okay.
I think those are the only internationals I've seen, honestly.
Me and Andrew watched Global All-Stars.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm telling you, Mama, that show was a WILD.
I saw Alyssa Edwards, and this is after she won Global All-Stars. And I said congratulations, and she made some joke about like, girl, and it took me how many tries or whatever, and I laughed. And then I introduced her to a friend, and she said, hi, I'm Justin. And that really shook me because I was like, you're in drag at the Drag Race holiday party thing. And I was like, Justin?
She's probably trying to cuff up. You know what I mean?
Is that like gear?
Yeah, she's probably looking for puppy play.
Is the gear community sick of us saying gear? I just feel like gear is a funky word.
I think they are. I think they're a little miffed about us being so flippant and dismissive, and also kind of maybe like incorrect about the usage. I don't know.
I guess what I mean is I probably would never be.
I'm talking about Richard Gere for the record. Like, I'm not talking. Yeah.
I don't need a lot of accoutrement for sex personally.
I mean, what do you need? Duct tape, olive oil, saran wrap,
Couple clothespins for the nipples.
Thank you.
2 more for the eyelids.
Yeah.
Because I tend to fall asleep.
A nice crisp sheet and like a lilac or like a salmon.
And it's red towel for the
blood. Thank you.
The blood.
Or the marinara, depending on what your kink is.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, listen. Larissa Edwards.
Larissa Edwards. Melissa McEdwards.
Larissa Jedwards, when she came down that, I'm 9 times out of 10, when she came down that runway, sweetie, it was fireworks on the 4th of July.
Oh my God.
It was high drama. It was out of control camp. Me and Andrew screamed every time.
Yeah.
Screamed every time. It was just so over the top. We didn't necessarily love all the outfits, but you could not fault her for being boring, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
She was really show-stopping. Crazy.
She's never been boring a day in her life.
Nope. She has no idea how to do that. And thank God.
I did some group tours with her back in the day, and it was like touring with. It was like the weather. It was
Helen Hunt and Twisters.
It was not up and down, but like it affected every space.
Mm-hmm.
When she would enter, it would sort of be like, oh, Alyssa's here.
Mama, she's the center of attention, not the wallflower.
Yeah. She's just such a, she really is a star, and she's so sweet. She's fucking nice.
She did make All Stars too. Very, very fun.
Oh my God, you did All Stars with her.
Yeah. I mean, she was always like, that bitch was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed every motherfucking day. It was wild. Every morning she was like, it was like fierce. It was
I
fierce.
bet you she's one of those people who's like 5 hours of sleep, rested.
Honey, 100%. And she pours her Monster and her 5-hour energy in her sugar-free Red Bull and a can of gasoline. She just gets it going.
Love.
She was always on point and very funny.
Did I tell you they repossessed my car?
You had to return it, you mean?
Yeah, I returned the rental. Enterprise took the rental back.
They repoed it?
They repoed it,
How
repossessed.
do you feel about that? I'm so sorry for your loss.
I'm so fucking stranded.
Well, now, so
I had
here's...
my assistant drive me here today. Oh my God.
You got to buy a car now.
I know. What am I supposed to do?
Lease,
These are my
lease,
thoughts.
lease. Easy.
Well, currently I'm really horny for this 2019 Volkswagen Beetle. It's the last Beetle they made.
Beetle?
That's so mean.
Beetlemeyer?
That's so mean.
Mary, let me tell you something about Miss Beetle and your lifestyle.
What do we think about a convertible Mini Cooper?
A cabriolet? Sweetie, let me tell you, that's great when you're tooling around P-Town and Martha's Vineyard unencumbered by the weight and area of drag. That's it. That's the second car.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. That's the second car. You need
I can't fit. I've hit the gate 5 times. I can't get a wide car
but
for the driveway.
that doesn't mean you need to drive like a Mini Cooper or a Mazda Miata.
Well, the tallest, skinniest car is the G-Wagon.
Which
but I think that's too much money.
It's too much money and it's not worth it.
I don't want to be cheap. I cannot imagine. I'm not paying more than $500 a month for a car lease. And I'm not buying a car that's over fucking $50,000.
Sweetie, a mid-size SUV like a Honda CR-V, a Subaru Forester, like those that are like, even Fina's new car is totally spacious, reasonable to lease, and it's lovely to look at, and it's great driving.
I've seen some commercials
About Subaru?
Honda having an event that I could get a car leased for under $300.
Oh, Mama,
that could be huge for
What
me.
about this? What about Toyotathon, honey? What about Ernie Bach Jr. on the Auto Mile?
Toyotathon.
Yeah. Could change your life.
I got to get it all together, okay? I got to get the good, affordable car.
Maybe it's a bird scooter. Maybe it's a Segway. Maybe it's a... Maybe
Well, now that I'm in...
it's the sidecar on a motorcycle driven by someone else.
Or just a sidecar.
Thank you.
I should Marty McFly it. You think I could get to Burbank on a
What does Marty
skateboard
McFly
grabbing
mean?
people's bumpers?
Hell yeah,
That's
you
the
could.
power of love.
But rollerblades.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rollerblade stilts so you can hold on to the top of the thing.
Love Back to the Future.
I've never seen it.
Are you out of your mind?
Yes.
It's
I know it's crazy.
I think honestly the first one, it's like a perfect movie. And also in the second one, Biff, the bad guy, is the future. Obviously it's in the future.
Mhm.
And Biff, the bad guy, is basically playing Donald Trump. It's so horny.
No way.
Yes,
Really?
he's like blonde and like, tan and super gaudy in like a tower.
Crazy. Love that shit. Ooh, very last thing question.
The last thing, we've been here 20 minutes.
First thing. Anyways.
Do you have somewhere to be?
We do.
Oh, we do. That's right.
But I want to ask you, so I'm now in the the mold situation, blah, 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 blah. Hardship. No, we're past that. So now we're getting our toes dipped in the very lovely and exciting waters of design choices.
Oh, Reno.
Ooh, the Reno.
So what are you going to do?
I think blush and bashful. No, I think I'm going to do black and white and green in my bathroom.
Do you feel comfortable breaking the news to everyone here? Or do you think that, did you want to do like a press rollout?
A soft launch?
I need more information than 3 colors in the bathroom.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Let me illustrate more.
You acting like you were telling us you were pregnant. You're going to use white, black, and green in the bathroom.
I see. You need more
like
details.
Like the dentist.
You see
what else?
So it's basically
What the fuck?
You stop yelling at me. I feel very
she
vulnerable.
Said, okay, this is a video I never thought I'd be making. I will be doing black, white, and green in the bathroom.
Shut the hell up.
That's your theme.
Yeah. So, okay.
Strawberry.
Take a look. Take a look.
Red and wild.
Shit, bitch.
Should I shave off my eyebrows?
This is a little gaudy. Wait,
Ignored.
hold on. This is a little gaudy.
This is a podcast, right?
I know. This is just between us. So that's the kind of like. Do you know
Oh,
what I mean? Does that make
you guys,
sense?
You can't see this, but it's not what you think. It's not dental. It's very green.
Yeah.
It's very green.
It's very green, but also
That's going to be beautiful.
Hold on, the brown, like the black.
See, that's going to be nice.
Don't you think so?
You got to invest in those gold fixtures, or they're going to give cheap boots.
I want to do oxidized bronze.
It's going to be gorgeous. You should do an antiqued mirror.
I'm doing black toilet. Black diarrhea.
To match your poop.
Thank you.
Blood in the stool.
Mama, blowing that shit up. Ain't nobody going to know but me.
Moment on the lips, lifetime, and the blood in the stool.
Thank you.
So today's episode of Bald and the Beautiful is brought to you by Naked Wines. And I'm telling you, I go to a lot of functions, right? And I do believe that you should bring a gift. And I also do believe if you have people over, you should have something for them to drink. You guys know I recently went to that party for St. Patrick's Day. And I had a big brown paper bag. And I thought I was going to pull out some gorgeous, stunning, bespoke, hand-chosen, ethically sourced, stunning wine. And instead, I pulled out a huge room temp handle of vodka and slammed it on the table like an oil drum, and an older woman looked at me like I was a criminal. Listen, if you want to be the most interesting person at the next party you go to, with our partner here at Naked Wines, you can bring the best, most interesting wine from an independent winemaker and have an actual unique story. I mean, don't be that girl, okay? Don't be me, basically. It's 2025, okay? Stop shopping for wine like it's 2005. I would know. I was there, shopping for wine. Naked Wines is a service that directly connects you to the world's finest independent winemakers so you can get award-winning wine delivered straight to your door. I'll also say, I don't want to be shallow. Usually the indie wine people have the cool labels with the cool names too. And I love that. Use our code BALD for your code and password at nakedwines.com and get their incredible deal of 6 bottles for just $39.99. 6 bottles? Wow. That'll take you to 6 different parties. How do they do it? I mean, Naked Wines connects winemakers and wine drinkers directly, allowing the vineyard basically spiritually to come to your door with delivery for up to 60% off than you would pay in the store. Plus, if you're in one of those states where the alcohol store is separate from the grocery store, I hate that, right? Eliminate a stop. By cutting out the traditional retail middleman costs and markups, winemakers pass the savings on to you without skimping on quality. My wife Janine and I shared a stunning Cabernet, and normally I don't like reds, but she has a tendency to make me kind of like, try new things in life. That's why we're such a good match going on 18 years. Shout out to my wife. And don't forget, you can pause or cancel at any time. So just because if you got a trip coming up doesn't mean you can't enjoy Naked Wines before or after that much needed vacation. I also just want to point out you do not have to be naked. That is your choice. Now is the time to join the Naked Wines community. Head to nakedwines.com/bald, click enter voucher, and put in my code BALD for both the code and password for 6 bottles of wine for $39.99 with shipping included. That's $100 off your first 6 bottles of Naked Wines at nakedwines.com/bald and use the code and password BALD for 6 bottles of wine for $39.99.
This episode of The Bald and the Beautiful is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know, a lot has changed over the years with how society views therapy. Mental health awareness is growing, but there's still lots of room for progress. For instance, did you know that 26% of Americans who participated in a recent survey say they've avoided seeking mental health support due to the fear of judgment? That's right. A legion of judgy McJudgysteins have been preventing people from seeking the help they need. And when people hesitate to get help, it doesn't just affect them. It impacts everyone around them. It's a vicious cycle. So this Mental Health Awareness Month, let's encourage everyone to take care of their well-being and break the stigma. The world is better when people are healthy and happy. I, for instance, have benefited immensely from therapy. There was a brief time in my life when my biggest concern wasn't the burgeoning black mold in my walls, but the things were just a tad more serious. Therapy can help you deal with things both big and small. And right now, I just want my home to have walls again. Is that too much to ask? BetterHelp helped me, and they can help you too. All from the comfort of your couch, your car, or even your fancy home with walls. You can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost, and it's fully online, making therapy affordable and convenient. BetterHelp is currently serving over 5 million people worldwide who decided to get help. So drop what you're doing and access a diverse network of more than 30,000 credentialed therapists with a wide range of specialties. We're all better with help. Visit betterhelp.com/bald to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/bald.
She says that in Hacks. Don't you know about Moment on the Lips? And then she gets her high and feeds her the French fries.
Oh, I love that scene. It's so, when she gets her eyes done.
Don't look at this and don't look at this. I like McDonald's. You would think I'm a super fan based on this, but them French fries are good.
Are you kidding me? They're the best.
Are you kidding?
Let's go down the list. French fries. We got Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King.
Wendy's is number one, right? With the French fries.
Mama, I don't know what world you're living in.
Right? French fry and a Frosty?
Fresh. Well, Frosty's different. Fresh French fry from a fast food joint. Mama, it's McDonald's or nobody.
It is McDonald's.
Yeah.
I take it back. I'm sorry.
Burger King, flop, Tina.
Flop. I don't like those fries
Wendy's,
too much.
flop. In-N-Out,
Culver's I like. They're a little crinkle cut.
who's that?
Culver's.
Never had that.
Oh, I think it might be middle flyover state
Okay.
only.
I love a Chick-fil-A waffle thing, but that's a whole different thing.
So you hate gays.
Of course I do. I hate gays, love trans, curveball.
It's the only thing. It's the only thing conservatives and gays have in common is like we're like gays. Ugh.
I know. The chicken though, that's the reach across the aisle.
Well, drag
thing.
is tired. Gay is tired.
Yeah.
Right? Trans is still hitting.
Let me tell
But
you though.
gay and drag is very tired.
I saw this interview with David Sedaris, whom I previously kind of adore. I love a lot of his books. Of course, I love Amy Sedaris. But he was doing this okay boomer bullshit, I think, with Bill Maher on like the New Yorker or whatever, having this conversation of like the gay thing. He doesn't like queer. He doesn't want to identify as queer. It's like, then Mary, you don't have to. You don't have to identify as queer. Maybe queer is not for you, an older gay man. You know what I mean?
Right.
The
I did
label.
see this lovely stand-up who was talking about, he was like, oh, I used to live in Portland, and he was saying that he basically said that gay is when you're attracted to the same sex, and queer is when you're attracted to the same sex, but really annoying about it, which I like love.
I mean, that's funny.
And he was gay, and he was like, and if you're offended by that, it's because you're sitting in the audience and you're a queer woman who's here with her boyfriend. And this girl in the front was like waving her hand.
That is hysterical.
And that's fun.
That's
That's
hysterical.
not to all of you.
But that's like,
just some comedian who said
Yeah.
that I'm just here.
yeah. But I mean, that's like, it was discussed in a way that wasn't nearly that funny, But I was just like, oh, you know what? Do we really need to listen to your okay boomer kind of like take on this issue from a 65-year-old gay guy who's like wildly successful?
Right.
It's like,
I was in an event once and they were honoring who was it?
Shaka Khan.
No, Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah.
And she a famous local Ireland person now. She like moved to Ireland. She's outie.
And Ellen moved to England.
It's cunty.
The Dykes are leaving. Can I see your plane ticket, ma'am?
Girl.
Yeah, we're going to be left in the dust.
And she said, she came up on stage and they were honoring her at the Queer Days last year. And she said, I'm going to be honest. She was basically saying, young queer people teach me every day.
Yeah.
Because she's like, you guys, I'm a 90s lesbian.
Yeah.
She was like,
Totally.
I always have room to learn. She's like,
Yeah.
my kids teach me stuff about me. But that doesn't mean that at your age, that's the other thing too. These gay people who came before you, who fought for all the shit for you to even fight about, if they don't use the exact terminology that came out this year, why don't you just give them a little grace?
No. Yeah.
When they're on the TikTok and they're telling a trans girl she can't say,
Yeah.
maybe she was saying it from a different time in life. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let people live.
I think they are, but I think the sort of the stubborn reticence to incorporate evolved or to incorporate new language or to kind of like follow the evolution of language from an author is a little crazy. It's like they gave an example of like
I see what you're saying.
do you know what I mean? It's like well, in my time as a doctor, we used 4 steps of no anesthesia. Well, times they are a changing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I guess I mean when people are gay and they came before you and they built all the shit for you to fight over anyway, just remind yourself to be patient and you know.
That's a great thing, regardless of whatever it is in terms of change. You got to be patient.
Aunt Gooch is a lesbian.
Diesel, dagger,
Yes.
dyke.
And I bet the terminology that they use today, she might not be exactly privy to.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean she doesn't fucking care about it.
Yeah.
Just maybe he's told her, or, decades of saying this.
Yeah.
She hasn't adjusted. I don't know.
Also, you don't have to call yourself queer. Just say you're gay. You're some gay guy.
I'm some kind of gay guy.
We're some
and
les.
you and I we're just gay guys. We're white gay guys. Bald
100%.
white gay guys.
Yeah. I'm just some fucking gay guy.
Just some gay guy. And also, I do feel people are harder on women about that shit too.
Well, I think I feel
like the gay women can't say anything correctly on the internet.
Well, I think a lot of the queer terminology exists for the comfort and inclusion of women.
Exactly.
And these like faggot, older, boomer gay guys are like, well, anyways, blah, blah, blah.
But we're middle-aged. Not even. Are you middle-aged?
When is middle age? Can we?
Well, when do you
Google
plan
that?
on dying? Because we can calculate the middle.
Like 3 weeks.
Okay, then you're not
look at
middle-aged.
that. Look at that gorgeous bathroom.
Yeah, that's going to be
love
nice.
that.
You're going to have to get a housekeeper.
Mama, she's got one.
40 and 60? Mary, you're middle-aged.
Oh, what about this? This small one. black.
That's
black in
nice.
it. I'm gonna get a
Love the
black
textured
toilet.
wall.
I'm gonna get a black toilet.
I think that's going to be great. You should get one made and not paint it.
What was it?
40 and 60 is middle-aged.
Ooh, there ain't no other way. It doesn't matter if you're him or middle-aged, whatever.
Now, what kind of things could we get you doing that's more middle-aged? I think you should take a cooking class at the Williams-Sonoma.
Well, Brookline Adult Education Center, I got to take a class.
For sure.
And I think it's got to be in computer processing, like how to hook up my computer, how to type correctly.
Oh, when you go to the Apple store, you have to book an appointment and have them show you how to turn it on.
And turn it off.
And turn it off.
Yeah.
And you need to ask things like, well, how will I know that people aren't stealing my information?
Thank you. And so what do I do if it only does capital letters?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So how do I forward jokes? God.
How do I send chain letters from my Facebook?
You know what?
Also, how do I get on Facebook?
We make fun of old people sharing jokes. All I do is fire off TikToks to people. It's all I do.
No.
I'm that scene in The Grinch where he's throwing the letters. That's me sending shitty, a RuPaul TikTok to someone. You know what I mean?
It's fair.
I stopped sending them too because I was like, I don't think she's watching them.
Well, you know what though? Laughter's the best medicine. And maybe you're a doctor no one wants to go to. That doesn't make it any less important.
Yeah.
You know?
I think you could maybe you could start walking around with one of those drips. That's kind of middle-aged.
Imagine the drip. Wait, I thought a drip for me because I'm a little young.
Morphine drip.
Oh no, I thought drip was like a fierce outfit.
No.
Drippy long stocking?
What if you did Zumba?
Mama. What about Tai Bo throwing it real way back?
Oh, hell yeah.
Cardio kickboxing?
What was his name?
Billy Blanks.
Billy Blanks. That motherfucker was fit. Okay.
That sure
motherfucker was.
That mother was
fit.
thick and persuasive because guess what? He got my mother to teach a class for a few months. That's right, Miss Pat.
I have such clear pictures of those infomercials. He was deep skin, oiled up, or sweating, or both.
Yeah.
And absolutely jacked.
Rip Tina.
And he had all these your mom's friend behind him.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's time
Is
for me
it a type of martial arts, Tai Bo? Is it real?
It's cardio kickboxing. It's just like an aerobics with a martial arts kind of flair to it.
Yeah, you can't. You don't do it to beat someone up.
No,
You
it's
don't do-
exercise.
Like Zumba,
It's
you go to
exercise.
Zumba to learn how to whoop ass.
Yeah, if you have someone in your life that you need to kill, you go to a Zumba
You go to
class.
Zumba. Self-defense.
Yeah.
Now, what about, you should take a women's self-defense course where you stomp the foot and say, I don't know you. And
Yes, and I'll go in a hard front wig, no makeup, and if anybody misgenders me, I'll cry. No. I want to do.
I did one of those self-defense courses. They grab you. You step out, you stomp the foot, you hit here, you hit the face, and the main thing is they want you to scream.
Okay.
Scream so bad that you scare them away.
So charge with a gun, run if it's a knife. That's what I also heard.
What?
So if you're in kind of close range, a gun, charge. But knife, you run. Do you know what I mean though? Like in an emergency.
I think you should still. So you're saying people should run at someone with a gun?
So no. Say
If you
we're
see someone with a gun half mile away, you start running.
Imagine this. Hold out your gun like you're gonna shoot somebody in this room.
Now this is not real. We should have a safety meeting. This is not a real gun. Oh, you scared me. Oh my God.
The gun is away.
I almost shot you. They didn't have the safety on.
Hello.
You're out of your mind.
No, but I mean, you were looking there because you're kind of like.
Can I tell you something?
If you got a knife though,
That's
not
what's
good.
scary about America is when other countries, they're like, if I go to America, will I get shot? I'm like,
Yep.
maybe.
yeah.
But if you carry a gun, aren't you more likely to get shot?
Yes, absolutely. Also, you're much more likely to commit suicide.
Well, you remember in Death Proof when Miss Thing is like, you know what happened? They were like, why don't you carry a knife? And she was
What'd she say?
They ask her, remember they go, they remember that girl, Tracy, I forget what her name is, the actress, Tracy something, from Rent, yes. She plays the girl with the curls who's
just the driver.
Yes.
Cunty.
And when they're like, why don't you carry a mace? She goes, if I go down to my laundry room in the middle of the night and someone tries to rape me, I don't want to give them a skin rash.
Totally.
You know, as she said that, I was like, honestly, okay.
Yeah.
Is it like, if the woman is holding a gun, am I red state?
Thank you.
I guess I am. I mean, if it's a woman, I'm like, shoot him. Do it.
Listen,
Fuck him. You know?
Fuck off.
Fuck off. I don't know. I think I would be scared to have a gun, scared to have a knife. And also, what is it? Am I Crocodile Dundee going to Gelson's with a knife?
That's tea.
You can't even fly with a nail file.
I mean, I don't know about conceal and carry with a knife. I think a knife is more of like a Actually, I don't really know what a knife is good for.
But I don't think you conceal the. I think you do conceal the gun. I think you wear the knife like Game of Thrones, like, and what?
Or
you will get stabbed.
You wear it on a garter because you're cross-dressing later in the evening in a dangerous neighborhood.
You pull up your lounge or your saloon girl dress, and it's a tiny gun.
Or no, you pull up the dress and it's small gun, medium gun, Beretta, Glock. It just keeps going up and up and up. I feel like that's fierce.
Hell yeah.
But I just finished The Pit, the show The Pit, the medical drama on Max. Sweetie baby, I feel like you, because you had mentioned earlier that your tolerance for gore, I think, is kind of diminishing or not so much as it used to be. Mama, I had to look away a lot of these times. In the finale, I don't want to give it away.
What is The Pit?
The Pit is a medical drama in the vein of ER.
Why are you watching this?
On Max. On a TV in my home. What do you think I'm watching it on a
You watch
good
a
gear
lot of TV.
Well, the other day
What do you do?
The other day I watched.
I think when you're not with me, you're at home watching TV.
Many times. Other times I'm out with activities.
Which is what?
Well, just last night.
The gym, I guess.
Just last night, gym. I went to
Do you ever go to the grocery store?
Funny you should say that. I was a frequenter of Gelson's just the other evening, baby. Walked right out, no groceries. I had to go get coffee.
You got to take Fountain.
Sweetie,
you got to take
You
Fountain.
have to take, but not like rush hour.
In Wisconsin, we take Bubbler.
You got to take Bubbler to the Whipple. Bubbler to the Whipple.
You got to take Fountain.
But wait. So this was a gritty, fast-moving medical drama on Max that takes place. Each episode is an hour of the same day. So it's kind of got a 24-hour vibe.
What?
In the last hour, mama, shit hits the fan so fiercely, so nastily, so bloodily, and so graphically that I was like, well, first of all, I cried my eyes out because it was incredibly sad. And it was just so graphic. And I was like, I recommend it if you want to really watch something gritty and, it was a lot. It was a lot.
It was a lot, Robin.
It was a lot, Robin.
Can I tell the people what happened with the vape on the plane?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that shit.
So I tried to fly with it because I feel bad getting where we're going and then basically panhandling to our fans or people we work with about weed. So I've been trying to not beg for marijuana when I go places.
Because honestly, it's not safe.
Yeah, it's crazy, and
It's
I don't
not
want to,
exactly
So I tried to bring a vape the other day, and then I was Googling, do you put it in the carry-on? Do you put it in the checked bag? What do you do? And the internet said you don't put it in the checked bag.
Because they ask you even.
Cigarettes? They said to carry it on.
Yeah.
But you're not supposed to fly with marijuana in general.
Says whom?
TSA, America.
TSA, everyone?
So I take the little vape pen, and I put it in I put it in I put it in this pocket, hoodie pocket.
Okay.
And then I get to the airport and we're doing the PS Direct.
Oh yeah, baby.
And
PS, I love you.
I go to put it in my suitcase, but they're watching me and I feel surveilled. So I take mouthwash out of the bag and swish it and spit it out. And I act like that's what I was doing.
Very natural tea. Very natural tea.
So then I get up to the thing and I realize I never even put it in the backpack. So my backpack is going in the thing.
Yeah.
And you know you can't reach?
Yeah.
I just take it and throw it.
Throw it into the whole conveyor
belt. In a
belt.
bucket. So it's in a bucket going through and I go, well.
You should have been like, that's always brought me luck.
Yeah. So then.
They didn't give a shit, did they?
They didn't give a shit, but.
He was so stressed out about it. And of course I was like, before we got into the line, we're like, oh my God, I have a weed vape on me. They're going to check. I was like, girl, it's California.
But you should maybe put it in a backpack. I just whipped it in a bucket.
It's okay. The people, because we have the luxury of going through that little Muppet
I think I'm
Takes
giving up on
Manhattan.
the PS Direct.
I know.
It's too much. It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, this will be of great interest to our Salt of the Earth viewers. We are scaling back on our excessively luxurious details of our.
We're going to cheaper hotels.
Yeah.
We're taking cheaper flight options.
We're walking, we're biking if we're not flying.
Yep.
We're really going to just.
We got one of those Wright brothers airplanes with the bike, and that's how we're getting to gigs.
And if there's a lake, we're going to do that. The
paddle boat, for sure.
Absolutely.
I just want us to spend less money.
No, I think you're totally right. I mean, I do kind of skew towards YOLO. You know, you're here, you might as well do it lovely. But I think that it just doesn't make a lot of sense anymore. And I need to make a concerted effort to be much less frivolous and more practical, frugal, and.
When I think about the money I might have saved in my life, that's a really hard thing to think about.
Oh, sweetie, mama.
When I think if
you got to shut that down. You got to shut that conversation
down.
If
I've been flying coach this whole time, I think about the money I.
Baby, what do you think I'm doing when I'm staring off into the distance outside? I'm thinking about. That was a $48 Grubhub order. That was a $37 Grubhub order.
I know.
I'm like, what do you think I'm doing? It's like the crank is turning, the ticker tape is coming down.
Why don't
and
you
I'm
tell
like,
them about your Starbucks lifestyle?
Sweetie baby. This, put the kibosh on that. Guess who made coffee last night?
Look, we're getting very
Sweetie,
earthy.
We're
talking to birds.
This morning, my breakfast was approximately $8.
Baby.
That was a far cry from a $48 frivolous Starbucks order via Grubhub, even though I'm a member, even though I got benefits and credits and they love me.
Member?
Of course I am. But 2025 is the year of being single. 2025 is the year of being frugal. 2025 is the year of new beginnings, harsh realities, but lovely acceptance.
Let's end on that. That's perfect. Love that. Yeah. Okay.
Love that.
Bye.